Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation today's show is sponsored by Deters Law. Well, Saturday there was a rally up in Delaware County with President Trump. I heard reports of about 10,000 people. And he endorsed J.D. Vance. And at the same time, Trump endorsed LaRose, who then endorsed J.D. Vance. And as a big Trump supporter, I have real concerns when the President of the United States, the former President of the United States, is wanting to build a political organization, or not build, but continue an organization and a movement. But once you start making it a political movement, you are going to run the risk of alienating a lot of supporters. For example, if I'm Jane Timken or Michael Gibbons, I'm like, what? You know, they weren't Johnny come lately to the party. And if they're going to make the standard that you don't have to be there from the beginning, that you can at any given time swear your allegiance and garner everything that comes with it. I mean, I'm just telling you right now, there are a lot of Ohio Trump supporters who are alienated by this. What happens next Tuesday, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I don't know. Climate-friendly war machines. Joe Biden has announced that he wants all of our military machinery to be climate-friendly. I mean, do you see? First, they focused on our military being woke, diversified, then going after white supremacy. Now they're worried about it being climate-friendly. It's nuts. Do you want a tank that's climate-friendly or a tank that destroys? Meanwhile, we have Biden and Biden, Hunter and Joe. The reports are very clear that he was taking meetings at the White House while he was vice president with Hunter Biden's business associates. Gangsters. You gotta love Elon Musk. Elon Musk said no to Gates' philanthropic overtures because he shorted Tesla. Think about that. Bill Gates acts like he's for all this climate, and then he bets against Tesla. Airline masking. My stepson, Cole, traveled from Cincinnati to Denver over the weekend, and he reported to me only 3% probably of those at CVG had masks on. That tells you how tired travelers are with the mask bit. 3%. You have to wonder about Putin more than ever. I mean, I've always wondered about Putin. I've always known he was an evil son of a gun. I mean, he's a KGB guy. But what's it say that he names his latest nuclear missile Satan II? I mean, this guy names bombs after Lucifer. Kind of scary. Joy Reid. Joy Reid says that DeSantis, at the signing of the Florida bill against Disney, having black kids there was child abuse. I'm telling you, they keep her on the air. Macron won re-election in France. He beat Le Pen. Rob Reiner says that all Republicans, if you vote for Republicans, you are voting for an autocracy. In other words, basically, fascism. Can't make it up. Rob Reiner, meathead himself. He hasn't changed since All the Family. Putin bought Austria off. He has a little visit with Austria. Then Austria comes out against Ukraine going in to NATO. Imagine that. Fresh, hot off the presses, it looks like Twitter is going to accept today, and they're going to sign a deal where Musk takes over Twitter. Yeehaw! This could make all the difference in the world in 2024. New York City is apparently going after some teachers who had fake vax cards. If I had to decide, I didn't have to, between my career, getting vax and getting a fake vax card, I would have got a fake vax card. Did you hear about this climate change guy? He's a Buddhist. Set himself on fire and killed himself outside the Capitol. You have to admire the guy's commitment. I'm being serious here, but sad. They said it was an act of compassion. It was not a suicide. But he set himself on fire. Speaking of Putin, he lit candles in churches. Like, can you imagine this guy? This reminds me of like in The Godfather, where Al Pacino was at the baptism while everybody's getting slaughtered. Chris Wallace apparently is regretful that he left Fox News to go to CNN Plus. CNN Plus lasted, what, 3 months? Texas has sued. Good for Texas. They're always ready to fight. They have sued to try to stop the lifting of the Section 42, which allows, apparently they're gathered at the border ready to pour in. Tech companies are stealing microchips out of washing machines. They're that desperate. Kevin McCarthy. Trump says he doesn't hold anything against him, and McCarthy claims that he's ready to go as the majority leader if the time comes. Of course, the left's all acting like he's disqualified. He shouldn't be allowed to. Amazon got approval for their big HELIX headquarters, HELIX-shaped headquarters, funky building outside Washington, D.C. Imagine that, like they weren't going to get approval. The Russian losses, you're going to love this. I wrote these numbers down. 873 tanks, 179 aircraft, and 21,800 troops. Imagine if the United States invaded a country and had those losses. A country that they were expected to just run over. Blinken and Austin are going to go see Zelensky. Zelensky says, bring something. Chicago, 25 more murders this weekend. Or shootings, excuse me. I don't know how many died. Polls show economy is the top issue in the upcoming elections. It always is. In California, they had a fentanyl bust of enough fentanyl to kill 20 million people. Just think of the fentanyl that's getting through. Rest in peace, ORRIN Hatch. I kind of like this Mormon from Utah. As far as Republicans go, he was probably the best that you could get at the time. You know, he's kind of a placater of McConnell and company. They have found a mass grave at Mariupol. I think 9,000 bodies. Not looking good for old people. You know what, though? I'm disgusted with all sides on this Ukraine-Russian from our country's standpoint, because it makes me so mad we didn't stop the war from happening, and if we showed more mustard in the beginning, it wouldn't have happened. Late report, I added it to the show today. PFIZER is having to withdraw ACCUPRIL, a blood pressure medicine, because it has carcinogens in it. Again, this is the same company that we all were told we can trust after all the other settlements, all the other lawsuits they've had, but we could trust them on the vaccine. Oh, the vaccine, we should all trust them. I just found it very interesting. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Hope you have a great day.